Hand clap to the master, guys. We're finally back again for another one on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. I have to do this one time. Big up all the Mystelics family for tuning into this year reaction video, and of course the newcomers are there. Big up yourself for tuning into another, well, this year reaction as well. If you have not done so, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. Why? Because this is where I react to a number of videos taking place in Dominica, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension. So definitely, guys, subscribe, click the bell when you subscribe, and then click all after you click the bell so you can get all the notifications when I tend to drop them right there and then. Now, guys, we're gonna be talking about some number of things in this year reaction video. We're gonna be doing an outside video for which is gonna be pertaining to that of Dominica, but of course, let's take this on right there. I must show this right there, guys, because I know a number of persons pretty much don't seem to understand the sentiments right there. This, of course, is the passings of individuals who have been injected, and that is the status in the UK as of 1st April 2022 to that of the 31st of May 2022 right there. As you can see indicated right there, guys, these are the non-injected individuals. These are the passings, brothers and sisters, the passings. These are the non-injected individuals. These are the injected individuals who have taken two doses. This is maximum. This is crazy right there. That is the most out of them. And then you have the triple injected individuals being much more higher. This is UK statistics, the source UK Office for National Statistics right there, guys. This is legitimate stuff. You guys can actually go and check it out, but I just thought I'd put this out there for individuals to understand the very things that I was saying before. The passings right there, guys. This is not adverse or nothing like that. This is the passings. I'm making sure you guys know right there. But apparently I heard some individual from Trinidad talking about some new variant that is taking place apparently, but that is in Trinidad. But apparently in Dominica we also have a new variant, brothers and sisters, and this is the new variant right there. It's called Pochvid 20 right there, brothers and sisters. It's unsafe with the Labour Party as a result of empty pockets. And the Labour Party individuals might be wondering, but Mystelics, what are you talking about? Well, if you look around, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about right there. The economy is going down, and it's constantly going down. But people want to blame all kinds of things. They say it's the Rona that causing it. They say no, it's the present Pochvid that we have right now. Pochvid 2022. I think they should put Pochvid 2020. They should put Pochvid 22. But then again, it has been a while, brothers and sisters. So we have to understand that this sentiment is very much true right there. But before I get to, I will get into the whole thing in a while, guys. But before I get into that, guys, I must make mention of this particular situation. I actually mentioned that yesterday of a police officer being charged with what? Attempted. Well, I can't say it right there, brothers and sisters. It's too early in the video for me to say the word. So you can read it right there, brothers and sisters. Attempted. So he is being charged with that offense right there. This is why you don't just give any and everybody things. Some people have to stay without things because they apparently don't know how to use it for the right reasons, the right means that it's supposed to be used. You don't give anybody everything. This is one of the reasons why I ask the individuals out there, have they vetted the individuals that they want to become part of the authority figures of society? Police individuals, have they vetted individuals outside there? Did they check their Carfax, so to speak, to see if they are good and suitable, or they just taking anybody that come and say, okay, come through? And it's rather strange that they brought in individuals, maybe not doing proper, or maybe it's pull string, who knows, pull string, and the individuals that they did not allow to come in, they go overseas and have been successful today. It means the very thing that they rejected them from being in Dominica. The very thing. You think that is coincidence? But he has been charged and of course has to go to court and answer to his dirty ways. But of course, understanding the system right there, most likely I wouldn't be surprised if he gets scot-free. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, guys, moving along from this guy to this is what I'm talking about right there. We move to Barbados, brothers and sisters. Barbados is doing some incredible stuff for their people. And the reason why I bring up Barbados, because a number of things I've been saying are reiterated for the government of Dominica to do and hasn't done yet. Still they come and tell people they care about them and so forth. Well, let's see what Barbados has done right there. The cost of living relief Press conference as of yesterday, July 14th, 2022. School Meals Department will provide lunches to individuals or to school age from July 25th, that's coming in 10 days, to September to 2022. So that's a few months right there. July, August, September. So about a month and a half right there. So they'll be providing that. Provide lunches to all school age little ones right there. So I'm guessing 16 and below. So if you're 18, that's not for you. Anyways, guys, this is one of the things right there. The value added tax will be reduced from 17.5 to 7.5% for the electricity charge on the first 250 kilowatt per hour, I'm guessing, kilowatt, whatever, of per hour, 250 kilowatt of residential bill. So 7.5 right there. Another thing Dominica could have done is to reduce the VAT, because like I said before, back in the day electricity bill might have been 100, and because of the rise in fuel prices, they brought it up to $150. Okay, just an example. The government will still collect tax on that, and if the government doesn't reduce tax, they'll be getting more tax money. Because if you take 20%, let's say 10%, if you take 10% of $100, that's $10. If you take 10%, the same 10% on $150, that's not $10 again, you guys. That's $15. And if the government cared, they will reduce the tax, and as a result, bring it back to $10 while you paying $150. That would be a better thing. No, it'll be less. Mark you, it'll be less, because the VAT that they added on it is what that created the $150 in the first place. So if the government reduced that, you'll most likely be paying $140 or something like that, to the extent of that. And of course, it'll be better for you, because you won't be paying the maximum amount of money, because when you pay the amount of money, VAT goes to the government. And that is what it's saying there. They're reducing it from 17.5% to 7.5% for electricity charge on the first 250 kilowatt of residential bill. The basket of essential food items will be expanded. These items will not attract the value added tax. So no value added tax on essential food items. Okay, so they expanded. So I guess they expanded that time. It was there before. They expanded the time right there. Consumers will benefit from price reductions on 45 essential items. So I guess in that they're breaking it down right there from July 21st to January, so till next year, the whole month of the first year of the first month of 2023 right there. We have some breaking down right there, guys, so we're gonna break it down for you. Prime Minister Mia Motley has announced a number of measures. Anyways, let's go down. VAT on electricity bill will reduce. I just read that right there. School meals will provide lunch, and so I just say that through the summer holidays. So that makes sense. They'll be providing thing. I think they should do it through schooling too, because that's the first thing that popped in my mind. Like, it's holiday time, but I guess they know what they're doing. So I guess people have to go there and get meals or whatever. Anyways, no VAT to be charged on expanded list of it. I just said that. Compact or contract. Well, a compact will be signed with the private sector. I think it's a contract they want to see there on Saturday, which will lead to price reduction on 45 key items. So we just say that for the next 6 months right there. Moving along right there, VAT to be removed from additional items. Hot chocolate, so get your chocolate cornflakes. Ooh, cornflakes making ding dang. Cream of wheat, sliced ham, black tea, honey, pea, essentials. You can read apples. Well, I was thinking of Dominica when I mentioned apples. Like, we don't create our own apples, grapefruit, man. You should have grapefruit inside. Hey. Anyways, reduce VAT on essential electricity bills. Breaking it down right there. So 17.5 to 7.5 from August 1st to January next year. 63% of all Bajan household use. That pretty much average savings of about $17 per household. For example, bill will move to 206, yeah, obviously minus 17. This will cost the government $1.527 million a month, 10.5 million over the and as it should, because as gas prices, as things increasing, I mean, the best thing to do for government officials who actually care about the people is to take out the VAT or reduce VAT. They're moving the VAT from 17.5 to 7.5. That is the same thing I telling individuals. I was trying to explain to Mr. Rome. I guess it's today I'll have to do it for you. That's the same thing I was trying to explain. The government hasn't reduced VAT on gas. And then they're telling the people that they subsidizing the rest. That is not the case. If you actually care about the people, you would take out the VAT, and as a result, gas prices would go down. Yes, I understand that gas prices as a result of the market has gone up. But it can go down in Dominica if you take out the VAT. Well, maybe you're not trying to take out the VAT because you still want to get the VAT money because maybe nothing else working in Dominica. Oh yeah, they have what they call that, the testing going on where you arrive in airport and this kind of thing. Nonsense. Why they still are testing for? Why? Or you still are testing for what? Only having all kind of thing happening in the place. Testing for what? But then again, it's a money making thing, so you still have it there. I don't understand how people still not seeing that. How people still not seeing that yet. Yet they're trying to encourage you to get the injection. And based on the very statistics that has been relevant and continuous throughout the years, brothers and sisters, since they started telling this stuff, I have some of the records right there. I could go back to them. And all of something there where they actually stated it was the injected individuals who were feeling the blunt of the whole thing. And they kept lying to the people via the media about these things. And when I come and say people think it's nonsense, I say, well, look, this stats right in front of you there, you know. There was even a guy that was making noise. That was the same guy who his father told me about selling about $200 million per year in exports. The son. But I'll leave that there. So that is one of the things that government can actually do to decrease gas prices. It might increase over the world. They'll take out the VAT now. Decrease the VAT on things. Decrease the VAT by 5%, by 7.5%. We have 15% VAT. Bring it to 7.5. You will still be getting money. And 7.5% on $150 is more money. You don't think so? I think so too. But plus VAT was only supposed to last for a few months, if I remember correctly. We still have VAT. How much years later we but you see, they tell the people is that, and the people say, okay, fine, we'll do it. But VAT's still there. You guys realize, or you forget, VAT wasn't supposed to be lasting this long, you know. VAT was supposed to stop years, 2 elections, over 10 years now. VAT still there. But continue. I say in 10 years, 15 years, over 15 years. So this is some of the breakdowns that was said in this previous thing right there, guys. So they are decreasing and trying to help their people. Whereas in Dominica, you know what we doing? Well, that we building overseas in Dubai. We four stories of parking lot space, and the rest is luxury in Dubai. That's what we're doing. Whereas other countries like Barbados actually looking to help their people. We building big building. we building big building. But it's not just Barbados, you know, guys. There's also Antigua as well. Antigua as well is also in it. Let me make this bigger for you guys to see. Antigua is apparently poised to become the home port for P&O cruises. So pretty much it'll become the home station. You know, like when you have to fly to Miami to get a cruise and travel on the Caribbean, and the cruise go back to Miami or end up in Trinidad or wherever. Well, people in the Caribbean would have to go far. But my only thing I'm seeing here is that Liat is not flying as much. So how exactly you'll be getting to Antigua and these kind of places? I guess we'll have to go through Win Air or one of these places there. Liat used to fly every day back and forth. So I think that might be an issue for the Caribbean. But that is a good news right there, because most people who tend to go on cruise are people from the United States and the UK and these places there. So instead of, well, then again, it will be beneficial for them to go to Miami. But if Antigua is also another place that they can actually meet, they might want to go into the Caribbean and experience the Caribbean for themselves here and there, and then take the cruise and go around the Caribbean and go wherever they want to go. So Antigua is taking on that initiative because they know Liat is not there again, so they have to come up with something. At least they're trying to do something in their tourism and business. Antigua and Barbuda have officially struck a deal that could see the country becoming the home port for P&O cruises for upcoming new green ship arrival, I'm guessing. That's what they want to say. I don't know. Green ship Arrivia. Maybe that's the name of the ship. Yeah, that's the name of the ship. Right there. Arrivia, that's the name of the ship. So, a home port is the port where passengers begin or end their cruises, most commonly both. So sometimes you might want to go to a place and you come out there and say, okay, that's the end of it for me, but you can come back to Antigua and yeah, get the full vibe. The news, according to Tourism Minister, this individual comes after months of negotiation with the company, which comes under the Carnival Corporation umbrella. We have been working with Global Port Holdings. We have been in communication with Carnival UK in home porting of the P&O Arrivia. So I'm guessing that's the name of the ship, P&O Arrivia. That's interesting. P&O Cruises, yeah. So that's the name of the thing right there. Anyways, home porting of the P&O Arrivia, which is scheduled to start in January 2023. So this individual seem to want to go ahead already planning for the future. But in Dominica now, we don't even know. We hear we get an international airport, but Bush take over the place. Then they come and talk about international airport offices they are excited about. Hey, boy, tell you boy. I really said to join P&O fleet in December. Okay. So I'm guessing this is the boat that is joining the P&O fleet. Okay. Anyways, they're coming to Antigua for them to do businesses right there. And of course, Antigua will become the home port for these types of big ships. This is them huge ship. Okay, brothers and sisters, not them little ship that has come to Dominica. Them big thing. Them big thing. Hey, this means the cruise will start and end in Antigua. Like I said before, passengers will have to come in by air. So there is an obvious benefit already. Tax is obviously by air, and then leaving by the ship is also some money as well. So they'll be getting some level of money. So I'm understanding that they're trying to do something in their country by looking at what they actually have. You know, Antigua is a tourism destination, and one of the tourism destinations in the Caribbean with white sand beaches, and what the whole of Antigua is a beach. So people like beach. They come beach and beach in, man. Yes, sir. But yes, that's pretty much what they're trying to do right there. We'll just have to continue and see what is gonna happen for the rest of the year. I think they say in December they're gonna be joining in January 2023 they're gonna be starting. So it's winter time, all man coming to the beach, man. Okay then, so you guys understand what is going on. Now in Dominica, apparently, what is our best thing? We are modernizing our preschools, man. We are modernizing our preschools. What does that mean, man? Millions of dollars are being invested in modernizing the education sector in Dominica. Recently, 3 primary schools were handed over, including Monjon Primary School, Stevens Primary School. Where is Stevens Primary School now, guys? Help me understand it. And Wills what is that? Strathmore Stevens. Not this same Stevens Primary School now. I guess that is probably his brother. Oh, that is probably his father or somebody. I don't know. But hey, I guess his brother schools are there. But all you know which schools are there. But on the understanding, guys, when they talk about building modernized stuff, we have to always put a pin in that. Because I remember when they're talking about smart hospitals in Dominica, and they pretty much were talking about smart. No, guys, don't get me wrong. I am very excited. Excited modernizing the preschools, man. Yes. But we have to look at what exactly they mean by modernizing the preschools, man, or modernizing anything. Because they talk about smart hospitals. They don't talk about the equipment that can actually help people. So, guys, my camera just died there, guys. My camera just died there, unfortunately. But like I said before, guys, I think we need to understand what exactly they're talking about. Because if you look at the hospitals, they're talking about smart stuff. And what they're talking about is motion sensor lights. They have solar devices on top to decrease the electricity consumption. in the hospital and this kind of things there. So we have to put a pin in it. Like I said before, modernizing is great. We need to modernize. We shouldn't start on the modernization of our preschools. We should start on the modernization of the schools that actually help people in society, and then the little ones coming afterwards. But how can you modernize the preschools to a point where the children themselves will be able to be better fitted for society, when you actually need that to be happening in primary schools and in secondary schools, and you get my drift. But we're looking at the primary school, the preschools instead, to modernize. And what exactly does that entail? Are we modernizing the way we do educating? Are we modernizing the facilities that they have? Will the little youths be able to use the computers and understand how to use Mavis Beacon and this kind of things they type in, so they can, when they be effective by the time they reach in first grade, they are literate G's. They are literal G's when it comes down to typing. What exactly are we modernizing? Are we going to put smart bulbs in the preschool and call it modernization of the school? You see, we tend to look at the wrong set of things from time to time. We look at the wrong set of things from time to time. When you're supposed to actually provide some sort of better level of education, or even put in the right set of means in front of the little ones for them to be able to better learn, or there's some sort of better strategy for them to learn, none of that is happening. But we are talking about modernizing things and building smart hospitals that have absolutely nothing to do with the people. How are we modernizing, brothers and sisters, if the things that we put in doesn't literally affect the people? So if you're modernizing the school, don't get me wrong, a number of persons, I say this number of times because people like to say, I don't want certain things. Like they say I didn't want the airport. Of course I wanted the airport. I want to use the airport, fly all over the place, go Africa, man. We could fly to Africa. You know what I mean? Go Nigeria and say, hey, brethren, what's the word? Hold up the peace sign. I want the international airport. But when it comes to the viability factor of what they're saying versus what they're doing, you have to ask questions, or people will take you for a fool. Because whatever they say, you'll just accept it. That's what seems to happen. Guys, I had to take that call right there. But you guys understand what I'm saying? Like I said before, I'm not against the modernization of school, but what does that mean? Even if they were to put smart bulbs in the school, I'm happy about that. But how does that help the little youths? That's what I'm asking. Are we modernizing the education system in Dominica to elevate the mind frame of the little youths, so that the youths can be better adapted to a modern and modernizing, changing, ever-changing world? That's one of the things that I was saying. We congratulating people in primary school for passing and getting scholarships and this kind of things. That's great. But that are absolutely no bearing in the reality at all, in the real world at all. Nothing at all. So we're congratulating them for doing well in school. But when it comes down to reality, we're congratulating them for nothing. Nothing. This is why a number of schools, even Barbados, are changing up the styles that they're doing. And we just mentioned Barbados a while ago. They're changing up the style of education so they can better be adapted to the modern times. We are becoming a more IT central digital society, you know. So if we are sticking to the olden ways because you say that is what we learn, yeah, don't get me wrong, teach people maths and teach them how to use their brain to calculate and so forth and so forth. Just in case if the system fails, you can still do that. But understanding that we are living in modernized time, it is better to understand the modernized system. So if we can actually incorporate both of them, we'll be good to go. So yes, modernize the preschools, but on what basis are we modernizing the preschools? On what understanding is that happening? And I think that is where we might have a shortcoming. Because I just got this and they're saying this thing right there. Dominica is building modern schools. What is that? Isn't that the thing in what do you call that? Massac? If that is the modernized school we're talking about, we problem, eh? Isn't that the sports thing they build in Massac, no boy? And people complaining they cannot go inside. Well, they had a different design, eh? from my understanding. But guys, we need to understand a lot of things that are taking place in Dominica, especially when it comes down to other countries actually doing things for their people, whereas for us, we are doing things outside of Dominica that have nothing to do with the people. Building high-rise hotel and this kind of things. For what reason? This is one of the reasons and then we taking loan and not doing all kind of things. Guys, we need to understand what is happening to us. And when we understand what is happening to us, we make better decisions. I was just talking to a friend of mine about historic and the things I saw happening in history, and understanding the placement of what is missing today. And if she knew what was happening back in the day, things might be different for her today. Because she would learn from the elders, she would learn from a number of people different things that are being hidden in this present time, to better be able to cope in these present times. But if you don't have the things of back in the day to understand where we are, a number of persons say, forget the past. Because the past is necessary for the present. It is the present that makes a better future. That is the difference right there. And we need to understand that. If we don't understand it, we're in problem. We need to understand these things, guys. Anyways, guys, there's another thing I have there, and I must make mention of this. Talking about the very same situation. Some people are very frustrated in this regard. And of course, it's based off what this individual is saying. So, the DFA's AGM is coming up. And I have many issues with how football is being operated here on the island. So I'm guessing this is why this individual acted up in this regard right there. The DFA chose to send me a letter yesterday, July 11. That was about 4 days ago. The letter backdated July 6th suspends me based on my actions in a meeting on May 11, 2022. A whole 2 months ago. One would think that this was somewhere in Ukraine and could, but I wonder, yeah, I can see that, and could not be contacted, hence the delay. It begs me to wonder, who does not want me at the next Congress? Harlem, my club, is quite capable of being represented without this individual right there. I hope the other clubs also come prepared to critically analyze and participate. I'm resolved to mount a campaign to get rid of this administration, and will be focusing my energy, intellect, and network towards this goal. This too shall pass. So they actually wrote him a letter talking about the May 11th thing and how he acted. And you know, at the meeting you were very disruptive up to the point where you made certain remarks and stormed off while the meeting was in progress. And I understand the individual right there. He's a very passionate individual in certain things, and I do agree with him on this regard. Because there are a number of people sitting in positions. Guys, remember, they actually gave Dominica millions of dollars. FIFA actually, from my understanding, gave Dominica millions of dollars to go towards football in Dominica. Where has football reached as a result of the $1 million? Or did individuals pocket the $1 million? The few $1 million that they sent? I think it was about $20 million. I'm not sure. But they sent some millions to Dominica. FIFA sent me some millions to Dominica. What has happened to that? What has happened to that? I see now they are giving people uniforms. $20 million worth of uniforms now, and balls. That's something else. So it seems like individuals do things for themselves, from my understanding. But guys, I would understand what warranted that behavior, especially when you're not seeing what's going on. What is the elevation? I heard a few people, and even one of the prominent individuals who was standing by me, we were talking about the same thing, and he self told me, he said the only reason why we're seeing football today is because the young fellas, they love football. But if there was up to incentives and this kind of things there, you wouldn't see no football in Dominica again. They had football last night in Portsmouth. Dubla was playing against some other team, and Dubla won. And I just remember clearly what this individual is saying. And there was another guy passing up and down. You guys probably know him. He was in the cricket thing. He was passing up and down, and he saw the football people some time back, not yesterday. And he was asking, where the millions FIFA send all you? Where the millions FIFA send all you? So I understand the sentiment of this individual right there. How he doesn't like how football is going. It seems like when people get money, they're just happy to get money, and they don't necessarily do anything to help improve individuals, from my understanding. This guy is also in football, and he's echoing the same sentiment that I'm talking about right there. He's not happy with the way football is going in Dominica. Especially when you get millions of dollars to help Dominicans, man. To help Dominica football thing. But it's rather unfortunate that this has happened. But regardless of that, when people have grievances about certain things and they don't want to hear, they start acting up in certain ways. And it's not as a result of the individual, you know, but it's when people constantly talking and just talking, hey, we building international airport, and hey, international airport coming as soon as we win, and hey guys, we back with the money, we saving money for international airport, and hey guys, we're going to build international airport, let's take your land and all kind of thing, and let's put it down, and boom, the same place right now is gathering bush. The same sentiment is being echoed right there. What is happening with the football in Dominica? What is happening, guys? Are there individuals coming in to better train the footballers in Dominica? Are they telling them use different tactics and skill sets? Are they teaching them how to curve the ball? Are they, what is going on? Especially trying to compete in an ever-changing world where football across the world is also elevating different tactics and skill set that they're using to put their best foot forward. Are they doing anything in this regard? And when people come and say, guys, I do not like the way things are going, they come back and say, guys, I don't like the way things are going. You talk blah, blah, blah. Guys, I do not like the way things are going. This is not right. There's no elevation in this standing. Guys, I do not know. There's an individual in Portsmouth who hit me up, and I went out to film different things, even going in the Windsor Park Sports Stadium to film individuals been playing soccer so that it can be sent overseas for coaches and people who want to fund these individuals. They want to definitely do these things, have some sort of accolade for them to see how their skill set is, so they can choose them to come and play and go to school and further their education and so forth and so forth. I know a number of individuals who have gone on the sports scholarships. They have gone overseas, gone on the sports scholarships. Some would have made it in the NBA but realize, hey, there's so much competition, but I have the opportunity here. Let me make myself, let me get my academics, there's even one that has a PhD now. I know him, I grew up with him. Well, as a little youth, knowing him playing basketball and little youth and whatnot. I grew up with him. Overseas, he has his PhD. Organized himself, he's in America making his thing and living well. So it's the understanding that we're trying to get individuals to do better things, but the individuals who can do something about it will receive the monies. So when you complain about these kind of things, guys, and people say they don't like the way you're doing it because they constantly, nothing is happening, then people must get fed up. Now you're writing a letter to the very person that pretty much is passionate about seeing something being done in Dominica, and you're trying to stop the person from things because they act the way you didn't act. But there's cause and effect. There's cause and effect to these things. It's not just the person acting up a kind of a way. When they see things not going forward, they must complain. But then JD saying the last year it was, he said don't complain. But that's still even today. Don't complain, because that's what we put there. But some people have to complain, brothers and sisters, because you think everything going fine and dandy. Everybody just staying hush, or they waiting for somebody else to come and do it for them. And when that person get victimized now, they want to back off as if, hey, I do what I know about that now, but you can do your thing, boy. Even though you tell the person to go and do it. Or you want the person to go and do it to represent you. And that's the thing, you know. You can pretty much see it in Dominica. Remember the bus drivers? When bus drivers went out to the protest, and then the 5 of them come and beat up some of them and those kind of things there. And then the Prime Minister finally had a meeting with some of them and decided, hey, I'm going to give you guys some monies and whatnot. The first set of people who were there were the very people who were protesting against the very protesters. That's something else, eh? The same bus drivers that didn't want to put their face in things so they wouldn't be victimized. They were the first on deck to come and get the spoils of what other people did. You see how people be? That's interesting right there. So they want you to talk. If it's positive, they'll come and enjoy it. And if it's negative, you're on your own. But all I'm doing, guys, is reporting. So I saw this was rather interesting. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this regard right there. But let us be mindful of what is taking place. Hey, guys, look at what is happening in Sri Lanka. You see this whole thing right there, guys? This is why it's important for you to not just take things, you know, and think everything is fine and dandy. You have to learn from the rest of the world. That very thing is what caused Sri Lanka to go down the drain. Where the Prime Minister, President had to run, take a helicopter to leave because the people were coming after him. They were coming after him. Inflation went up to 117%. American inflation right now is 8.6, so 117%. Let that sink in. So we're waiting for Dominica to reach there before we act. Well, all I do is film, you know, Because I talk plenty. I talk plenty since 2003, 2004. I talking, and everything I say happening. I talk plenty. So, guys, be mindful. Especially CBI is gone down now. The big question is what next? Let me know your thoughts in this regard, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that right there. And guys, when you subscribe, click the bell and then click all so you can get all the notifications when I drop my videos. So you'll be notified when I drop them right there. Anyways, guys, with all that stated, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Don't forget to be real, be positive.